Hi, I'm Lance. I write science fiction and fantasy. But today I want to share with you 3 universal things I wish I knew when I first started writing. So if you are new to the craft, or if you have been writing for a while and you're looking to step up your game, buckle up because this one is for you. Let's start. When you start to write, it's easy to fall in the trap of the perfect first draft. You write a couple of sentences, go back, polish them down, change a few things, write another sentence, go back again, change your mind, delete the whole paragraph, and spend the rest of your day starting over. It happens pretty much to every beginner, because words are a very deceitful material to work with. It seems very easy to choose the right ones to put on the page, but it's not. To counter that, I like to think about writing in the same way you think about sculpting. Why sculpting? Because there's nothing easy or deceitful about stone. It's a damn hard material that will squeeze a ton of sweat and blood and tears out of you if you hope to do something with it. And words are exactly the same once you get past the deceit. When you're making a statue, you rough out the whole thing. And only when you have drawn the general shape of it, you spend time polishing the details until everything is smooth and glossy, right? We should do the same with writing. Start like you're chiseling the bulk of the stone. Don't over-obsess over minor details and focus on getting a better general understanding of your story. Once your first draft is done, you'll have all the time you want to cherry-pick words and make everything pretty and smooth. Fun fact, Virgilio, the Latin writer that chaperones Dante through hell, used to call the refining of a piece of writing labor lime, which is Latin for file work. And 2000 years later, I stole the concept with this sculpting analogy. Thanks, Virgilio. Consideration number 2. Writing is art, and despite our best intentions, it can be quite unpredictable. So it can happen that you're there, working on your first draft, roughing out the shape of the story, and you get hit by a scene. Very clear in your mind that has nothing to do with what you're planning. What do? Well, you write it down. And maybe it's nothing, but maybe it's a great scene. Maybe, even without context or editing, that scene feels right. Like you have just sculpted a perfect hand out of a shapeless block of stone. That's called inspiration. The question is, what do you do next? Well, after being hit with an image of a scene where some younglings were finding some direwolf puppies, George R.R. Martin kept writing and found himself with Game of Thrones. He was in the middle of another novel, a science fiction thing, and that's one of the most beautiful and unsettling things about writing. Even when you're doing everything right, you never know what will happen next. And that's because, generally speaking, writing isn't a linear process. Some writers manage the non-linearity of the process, creating very detailed outline. Other writers embrace the convoluted nature of the craft and just roll with it. But wherever the strategy, doing some backtracking every now and then is pretty much inevitable. If you're just starting out, you're probably trying to figure how to keep your story in shape as you write along, right? The best thing to do is to try different approaches and see what works best for you. But keep an open mind, because you don't always get what you want. I would like to be an outliner because I like the idea of designing the whole thing before starting out. But for some reason, which I don't know, that doesn't work for me. My stories out of an outline sucks. They came out much better if I keep a loose idea of the plot in the back of my head and I let the rest happen on the page, sentence by sentence. So the result of your testing may surprise you. Just remember to leave some wiggle room for inspiration, because you never know when it will strike, but it will eventually. Point number 3. These days, it's very fashionable to push out 10,000 words per day, or write the first draft of a novel in a week, or a screenplay in 24 hours. But I'm not very on board with that. 1,000 well-thought words are worth much more than 10,000 words of nonsense. Creating something of worth out of nothing requires time and requires a lot of thinking. You can't just follow your fingers on the keyboard and pray it will be good, because it won't. Think about your story and think about your characters every moment you can spare. And write to surprise and entertain your readers, not to reach a word count. Of course, experience will make you faster, but to give you a comparison, Stephen King, one of the most famous and prolific writers alive, writes 6 pages a day, 1800 words. That's not a lot of words. And that's Stephen fucking King. So think, and then write. Take your time. Don't rush it. Nobody's chasing you with a chainsaw. Hopefully. To wrap things up, I have a bonus tip for you. Love the process. Writing and pretty much any creative work cannot be done if you don't find a way to fall in love with all the challenges and the uncertainties that comes with it. Results are sweet, don't get me wrong, but if you don't find a way to like the journey more than the destination, you'll end up torturing yourself, alright? Love the process. And this is it for today, guys. Stay tuned if you like the video, and I'll do my best to provide you with more. See you in the next one. Bye.